Hello everyone. I can't turn on my video just because of some internet issue. I'll try my best to change my position as soon as possible. I'm so sorry for the interruption.
No worries. Thank you, Rashmi.
Yeah, thank you.
Hope everyone has had your dinner with your family.
It's still evening here. It's just 6 o'clock in the evening.
Oh, that's early. 6 o'clock. Which part are you again, Pretty?
India, South India, I live in,
South India.
the southern part of India.
Okay. So maybe I will start. It's already 8:30.
Yes, you can start.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming on this wonderful first day of 2022. Happy New Year! And wishing you in advance a really fruitful and purpose-filled year ahead. I think this year will be very interesting because we are together already on this first day. I'm very grateful to be here. Thank you for having me. So I would like to introduce myself briefly. My name is Hining. As mentioned by Samantha, I was a conservationist working in elephant conservation many years back now. And so yeah, today in the next probably 20 minutes time, I'll be sharing a little bit of my little journey from a conservationist to using enzyme, I guess. So thank you for coming. In the past, so I mentioned that I was working in elephant conservation before, and out of all the issues that we used to face being in conservation, pollution, environmental pollution, greenhouse gas emissions, and etc. One of the few things that actually struck me a lot was seeing these majestic animals feeding on foodways. And this is also an issue of not just this picture was taken in Sri Lanka, but also in Malaysia, we also have this issue, because there's a lot of areas, nearby forested areas that we don't see, but there's also a lot of people that don't know how to manage waste, right? So that's one of the biggest issue that we don't see. It's out of sight, out of mind kind of issue, but then it's also a huge problem that only when we go outskirts that we see this lah. So it's quite disheartening in some ways because there's such beautiful animals, and it's not just elephants, right? It's all kinds of animals that mistakes plastics or mistakes garbages for food. And that's also because we have taken a lot of their environment, where they used to roam for food has become our plantations, monocultures, and then we fenced it up and they aren't able to go in. So this is one of the things that really sticks to my heart lah. And then there was another incident that struck me also was when I was observing this beautiful silver spectacle langur feeding on leaves. The reason why I can take such a close-up picture was because there's not much trees around anymore. There's not so many leaf monkey food trees around anymore. So that's why they came quite close to where we were. And while looking at them, I'm constantly asking myself, what else could I do? Have I done enough? And so many questions kept popping in, and like as an individual, it seems like it's a bit difficult to achieve something like protecting a whole environment. It's a policy issue. And in conservation, we know that there's all these things that we can look upon: natural resources, habitat protection, connectivity, roads, and all these things. But it seems, for me as an individual, I always feel that it's very far from me, because you need a lot of policymakers to buy in, or either you have to be on the ground and constantly roaming all these protected areas to protect, or like being in education. So it's really like a community activity that can really, how to say, um, I come to realize that it is really a community's effort for conservation to happen, and it's not just on an individual level, not just doing research and then producing papers only, but actually applying these things. So back then I was in my younger days, I was a bit confused what I can do as an individual, and I stumbled upon plant-based diet, and I feel that, oh yeah, this is probably the best way to do. Every 3 meals we can make changes to our impacts as human beings on our environment. But it was only until last year, 2021, just yesterday, last year's April, when Dr. Joanne gave online lecture on regarding eco garbage enzyme, the full 5 lecture, that it totally opened up my mind, that I was like, wow, there's so much more that we can do, that I was very shocked that, there's so much that we didn't know that can be done based just from the back, just from our own kitchen. And it's so impressive. And I was very, how to say, I was just so hopeful all of a sudden. I felt that, wow, it's not just for your skin, it's not just for just reducing waste, but it's really changing, actually catalyzing polluting substances, and also helping, oxidizing and creating negative ions and stuff. So this was something that was very impactful for me, that it's not just, it seems small in the beginning because it's just us doing something on our own efforts. And then, but once we started producing more and more, and then we can share it out, that's something that I start to understand, that this is what we are lacking as a society, especially also in conservation, that in my experience, that we are sort of slightly detached from society in a way sometimes, that we don't know how to, or at least I will speak on my behalf. I don't know how to communicate and make changes on a conservation level, because for people, it's really much, if it's not convenient, then it's not so convenient for people to change, right? It's a behavioral change. So, but with Ecoenzyme, there's something so easy, so convenient, that you just, it's more inconvenient to throw away or to treat these garbages, right? Instead of just like putting it into a bin full of sugar and water and then just let it ferment. So that's something that was very powerful for me last April, and we started making a lot. And the other thing that really, going into this habit of fermenting, this is a 4 or 5 month-year-old Ecoenzyme. And when I opened it, at first we were a bit scared by our rambutan, because never thought it would look like that and still like in full shape. But then when you look further, it seems to me, it's like a macro environment. It's a macro habitat that reflects on, it's a micro habitat that also reflects on our macro habitat. So like carpets of grass, forests, trees, mountains and stuff. That's what I feel whenever I see these products, because they're all alive. They're still fermenting. And that's something that I was very privileged to learn from when doing conservation. That's what we are trained to look at, to look at living processes as natural processes as living and constantly changing. So yeah, and also like when we talk about ecology, also natural processes, also it's like when, because a lot of questions that we get is it ready, or is, how do you know that it's not what's the word, fermented wrongly and stuff, right? So I always tell my friends that I was like, don't worry, nature will take care of itself. If it's not fermenting, then it's not fermented. If it's fermented, that means that it worked, you know, because it's so varied. We aren't able to, how to say it, it's very difficult to just like quantify, okay, this is yes and this is no, right? When it comes to natural processes, because it's so diverse. And that's what we want. That's what we want in biodiversity. See, our fermented friends here are all biodiversity. It's on a microcosm say that worms, and it's not that it's bad, it's just that it's in the process of something happening, you know, and it's very normal. It's also a good reflection for us to look at our environment as indicators, you know. So that's why I started calling Bioenzyme medicine, you know. It's you know, given us from Dr. Rosukun as well as Dr. Joanne. Very grateful for this, because I don't think there is such something so easily produced that can have so much benefit for peoples, I think. So, and we can also consume it and, you know, purify environment so much. Hello? Okay, cool. I think I dropped a bit. Drop. Hello?
Anning, we could hear you now, but I think there is a problem with the connectivity.
Oh, you can hear?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Oh,
It's a disturbed voice. It's a lot of disruptions.
there's another joke also.
So I would just like to add what Ning was talking about, those small micro world. And, you know, because of these micro world or the microorganism around us, the earth is the living planet. And it's and they play a major role. And today the kind of you know, when we use these harsh chemical, whether we use it in our farm or we use in our home or in industry, it is actually destroying our those microbes around us, whether it's in air or water or in the soil. Now because of so much of microbes what we are killing today, I mean, if you remember in Indian television, the lot of ad comes, use this, kill the germs here, kill the germs there, and you know, we've been we are just killing the germs, but all the germs are not that bad that we need to kill them. And today, because we have killed so many, we have this issue of eco imbalance. Now, Ning is back. I think she'll continue. Yes, Ning.
Hello, thank you so much. Where did I stop actually?
You were talking about the micro world.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was far behind. Oh dear.
yeah.
Okay, I'll see where I can pick up again.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Yeah, so I was joking just now also that recently my internet hasn't been very stable. I don't know if it's because of the rain or because we've been collecting a lot of garbage enzymes at my house. That is probably affecting a bit. Yeah. So with I think I haven't gone. So what I was about to say was that, and because we are collecting, we are able to do this so easily at home, right? That it's also uh we could do it in abundance and then give it away in abundance also. And that's something that I'm very grateful for, that it's so easy that we can just give it and give it back to nature, and then becomes like a loop, right? It's not just one way, and then we don't know what happens when we produce something and then it doesn't end up where we want to, and then it becomes a waste, it becomes a pollution to our environment. And you know, garbage enzymes, materials, everything from, except for the plastic, but we can keep reusing it, that's no problem. But the materials, we can use it back and put it back into the soil, and it's just like full body usage basically. That's, in my views, is it's the most beautiful gift that we can get in this day and age, especially now that we need it the most also, I feel. Yeah. And the other beauty, but not so beauty, is probably that there's so much waste, food waste produced every day. This is from 2018's figure for Malaysia only. And just imagining all these food waste could have been put into our garbage enzymes instead of into landfills and be exposed and release all these methanes that creates more greenhouse gas emissions and whatnot, and also probably affecting our whole microclimate and causing this recent flood that we have also. It's also possible because the whole earth is connected, all our processes are all interacted. So that's something that seeing what we can do just from our own home, it's so powerful that everyone can be a conservationist. We don't have to register, sign up as a graduate to be in conservation, but we are already practicing conservation in our very homes every day. This is a picture of a soil layer that was divided because there was a canvas that was between the soil and the top layer for many years. And as you can see, that there's no life that can happen under that, right? This is the sort of detachment that I see with us societies now, that we don't understand natural processes enough to be entrusting in that. Like worms, cockroaches, and all these things, they're not bad. It's just that they are doing different jobs that we don't often see. And if we are continuing if we continue to detach ourselves from the natural processes, it will probably make life very difficult. A bit like the friendly worm here that is like traversing in a desert trying to get into, topsoils, the topsoils on the left hand side. And let's I would say that we don't have to do that. We have so many solutions that we can go into, and one of it, and green solutions for 2022, for the beginning of this first day, would be to start collecting all your food waste, put your sugar in the water, and then start filling it up. And we don't need to wait until our environment is degraded before we do something about it. So, and most importantly, it's no harm. It causes no harm to any living beings, right? And it's the beauty about our garbage enzyme. So for those that would like to start right now, because it's just after dinner, probably you can still take out some peels from your rubbish bin. And basically, you can take a snapshot at this. in a bottle size, you can roll a paper into 16 parts and then just pull it up. And then 10 parts would be, this is the same for all kind of bottles, 10 parts of water, 1 part of brown sugar, so long as that it's not white sugar or refined sugar, you can use it also molasses sugar, brown sugar, jaggery, and all that stuff. You can use it because we need the minerals contained in these brown sugars for it to kickstart the enzymatic activities. And then fruit peels, vegetables would be just 3 parts. And then basically just seal it up and let it ferment for 3 months. And in the meantime, we can also let our mind ferment also. So with that, I would like to conclude my talk today. Short sharing today is like wherever there's food excess, let's keep fermenting. And eco enzymes, we can green the earth. And most importantly, is we can warm a lot of hearts. And that's something that I saw very obviously during this flood relief that happening in Malaysia, was that there's so many people that was just pouring, giving all their stashes of eco enzymes so that they can help the environment and help the families that are stranded and knee deep inside flooded waters. And that's something that I really appreciate, having being in this community as well. So I guess we can keep on continuing and finding out more information from enzymesos.com. It's not for profit at all, and then all informations there are just they're constantly updating whenever they can. So with that, I would like to say thank you, and thank you so much for listening, everyone. And if you would like to share, please do. It's like a chit chat today. I think it's better like that, I guess. Preeti, would you like to share?
It's a wonderful talk, what you gave. Thank you, Nate, for this. And I really appreciate the kind of, you went to the sensitive part of the microbial world and the microbe, the way it works. And it's very nice. And today, when you went out, I was telling the same thing, that these microbes around us, we have destroyed it so much that the life itself is missing from the air, from the soil, and from the water. And it is so important to add life to these things, because these are the resources we all live upon, we all look upon. So, these kind of things, we need to conserve it, because the soil life is not more, what I understand. So until unless we start conserving, we start making those soils, we start uh, reviving our water bodies, it's very difficult in the coming years. So beautifully you have put it across. And I would like somebody, if you have any questions, you can definitely ask, or you can share a few things, or any doubt about it, you can definitely ask.
Yes, please. Thank you so much, Preeti. That was really beautiful also.
No, I do believe in it. So it's, I also feel because of these chemicals, the way we have the imbalance in our ecology, and there is no shield around us of these microbes. So our area, our air, or around us, surroundings has no microbes. We have completely killed them with our chemicals in our daily life. It could be a deodorant, it could be just the cleaning at home, whatever we use, it could be anything, or just the hand sanitizer, what you get today. We are killing the germs around, and all the germs are not bad. It's what I understand, say 95% of the germs present on earth is the good germs, and we need to protect them. We just have to learn to handle those bad germs. And but today the mistake what we are doing, just to handle. We're not handling those 5% of the germs, we are killing them. And when we are killing them, we are also killing the good germs, 95%. So that has brought a lot of imbalance in our own lifestyle, our own life. And when there is no protective shield of these microbes around us, uh, any virus, any bacteria, anything can come and attack us, because it's a completely vacant, it's a completely vacuum around it. And why just this? I mean, when I see when our air is completely destroyed, the microbes are destroyed in the air. It, I mean, this will be the continuous process till we built upon, our environment and immune. It is not just about building up our human immunity. It's also alarming for us to build the immunity of environment.
Resilient.
We are all, we are interconnected. If environment is not good, we can never be good. If environment is strong, if we have the protective layer around us, which can protect us from any kind of attack from those bad germs, we are protected. Otherwise, it is kind of vacuum. Nothing is there. Anything can come and attack. There's nothing. It's all there on earth. It can just come and attack anytime. And I feel this pandemic is going to continue if we don't repair our own system ecology. And that is what even IPCC is also telling us, this global warming, the way it is going shooting up, what can we do about it, and we hardly have some 7-8 years left now, just to increase the temperature of area. And the time is now, and it is so critical for us to work together, because we all breathe the same air, we all drink the same water, we are all just the citizen here for some, yes. So this was very important for us to come together and work on the same platform and the same vision, rather than, there's a lot of bigger things in life to do than just focusing on, our greed, I can say. So we have to go beyond it and start working, because we are all same and we all live in the same space. That's what I feel. And this was very important for us to come together.
Yes, totally agree.
Yes. Anybody else?
Javin, you raised your hand.
Yes, Javin?
Yes, I just got a few questions. Right? Number one, the eco enzyme that I made myself. Let's say I want to do for the plants, right? So I dilute 1 to 1,000, right? So question here is, can I use that the dilution daily? If yes, do I need to put it directly to the roots, or I can spray it to the leaf? That's my question. Secondly, the same dilution of 1 to 1,000. Let's say I use that the K95 or K25, the gun to clean up the house. That can be done daily, no issue, right? That's all my question. Thank you.
I think if you ask me, I don't think, so long as if it's diluted, then it should be okay. Because I've tried killing my plants, forgetting to dilute. So that's for sure would kill it.
Yeah, but my question.
Roots to the stomata, I think like BD also, we spray our BD silica 1501 underneath, right, the stomatas in the morning
No,
time.
because
Okay?
I think that one for 501 is you spray up.
The morning, yep, sorry.
Morning.
And then we have one at night, one under the stomata where it will close up. Probably you can try that. I don't know if anyone else have tried it before. Maybe you can share your experience.
Yeah, that's why I'm not sure. That's why if I use it daily, will my vegetable nanti, bye bye.
I think it's really an observation activity, I would say so. You need to observe it instead of saying that I'll do it daily and then not not be aware of what's changing. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Mm.
Then for my second question on, would that be okay if you use the dilution to spray the house every day?
I think yes, it's
Okay,
fine.
thank you.
It's okay if you have dilution. Lembi replied.
Anybody else? Any questions? Or anybody wants to share something? You're welcome.
Yes, please share. Do share.
Hi, I'm Lillian here. I just want to share that the eco enzyme that you're using, you can spray the plant every day. I'm doing that.
Mm.
So with this dilution, I think it's okay to spray the plant every day. So my plants, they are all growing well with me spraying them every day, because I find that if I don't spray them, the pests will come and attack my plants. So that's the reason why I keep spraying them. If it didn't rain, if it rained, then you cannot do anything. Okay.
Did you, Lillian, did you spray
Yeah,
on the leaf or you spray on the roots?
I spray on the leaves because I use that as a pesticide.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
I
Maybe
just add on something, Jevin. Just now you mentioned 1 to 1,000 dilution to spray on the leaves or on the root itself, right? Actually, if you spray on the whole plant, it's okay, it's fine. I do it in, I do, that means what I did is I dilute the water dilute the eco enzyme 1 to 1,000 one day before. And the next day morning when I wake up, I go and water all my plant. No problem so far. And even I spray it with this dilution, also no problem. Because it's not concentrated. So it's okay, it's fine. Okay. This is my sharing. Thanks.
Can I share a bit about the pest issue? When our environment is imbalanced, that's when pests overruns. So you can also look at your ecosystem. If you don't have a diverse, if your plant species is not diverse, it doesn't attract enough predatory species, that's when pests can overrun your whole gardens and stuff. So that's something that you can observe also lah. Lillian, yeah, this is for Lillian.
And I
Sorry.
also feel it's, when just giving an example of human body. So the body, which is really, which has, every body has a different immunity. Some has very strong immunity, some has very weak immunity. So the people who have weak immunity, they prone to get attacked with, kind of flu and cold and all that more often than the people who have strong immunity. And how does that immunity develop? It develops from the food habit, what we eat. So that is what is our body is. So when we, and it is the same thing with the plants. So what you feed, if your soil is good, none of the pests would come to the plants. The soil has to be strong for the plants to build. It has to have that mass. It has to have more of a compost kind of thing. All the minerals what it has. If the soil is good, the plant is strong and nothing attacks. I had this garden on my terrace, and I used to grow a lot of vegetables and herbs. Now, I observed that I had to, take care of with the organic thing, like, I had to keep spraying it every 15 days so the pests don't attack. And I didn't get time to do so much. So what I did, I started working on the soil. So now the soil it has taken definitely a lot of time to build that strong soil. But when I have a good soil, my plants are healthy and I just don't bother. Something will come. If something comes and attack, another fellow comes and eats up that fellow. So they take care of themselves. So I don't have to worry too much about it. It's only the soil has to be strong, what I feel.
That is hopeful. Thank you so much. Manjushri, you want to share something?
Yes. Uh,
Say your mic.
I've just started my bioenzymes making 3 months back. My first lot will start, I think, in a day or two. But my lifestyle for last 10 years is without chemicals. In my house, I don't use none, like 2%, 3% chemical things I'm using. Most of the natural resources, because I'm from very small place before my marriage, from a local town. So there I lived with Rita and all kind of natural things what my mom was using in my house. And I watched, because in my age group, I am completing 65 this year, and I am not taking any medication of any sort. And my children too are very healthy. They are not taking any medicines. So I think this helps a lot, the chemical free life in our day-to-day use. And our thinking also changes slowly to betterment of the earth. So this is my experience.
Wonderful, Manjushri ji.
Thank you, everyone.
Nice to hear. Yes, it definitely affects the health. The chemical-free living definitely works like magic.
Yeah, I'll share my bioenzyme experience on my
Yes.
terrace garden in
Okay.
few days. Okay, thank
Sure.
you.
Thank you for sharing. Rashmi, just now you wanted to share also, I think. If you're still with good connection.
Yeah, I actually just wanted to ask something, but now that's clear. Actually, I had a doubt regarding, the bacteria strains that just exist after we apply the bioenzyme product. So yeah, I just had that doubt, but then it was like, then you said that it can be safe and effective soil and odor removers. So yeah, that doubt was like removed. So thank you for that.
I think one thing we learn very important is that so long as we are strong, like the soil, then
Yeah.
no matter what kind of good or bad, it will balance itself, right?
Yeah. Because most of the sanitizers and whatever we use in a home that are like made up of chemicals that are like they leave bacteria strains when we use them on our skin. So yeah, that was the only doubt that I had, and yeah, it is all good. And I'm gonna start my own thing. Like I started it today. I did put that jaggery water and the peels of like the citrus fruits, and I hope I'll make a good one. I'll
Well,
start.
well done. Welcome on board.
That was really nice to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you too. Anyone else that would like to share? We decided to keep it very short today because so that people can go back to your families, and make bioenzymes with them also, So yeah.
Anyone else?
If not, we can conclude early.
Yeah.
And then we can keep in touch, right?
Yes. We'll meet again tomorrow.
Sorry?
Tomorrow also we have session, right? No. Yeah, we have.
I think
We have tomorrow.
Is this the same session? Is this the same session as the Hui Ming one? Chen Tianming one?
we are the English session. Tianming teacher is English, Chinese one.
Oh, okay. Because
So
I
there's like
because I
only
was
few sessions.
yeah, that's what I was beginning to question myself. Normally it's like 100 over. How come today only got like 27?
No, we were saying that it's New Year's already, so a lot
Yeah.
of other commitments, right?
Yes.
So I'm
Okay.
very grateful for everyone for coming here today and
Okay.
sharing your experiences and gems. So hopefully we will turn more garbage into gems this 2022. Then we'll pour it back into our gem world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
everyone. Have
Yeah.
a good
Thank
evening.
Okay,
you,
thank you.
everyone.
Happy New Year
Happy
again.
New Year.
Bye-bye.
Happy New
Bye.
Year.
New Year. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.